In this video, I'm going to show you how you can spot photo opportunities everywhere you go, including the most boring and mundane places and locations. And I'm going to give you tips how you can practice doing that, and with that, how you can improve your photography and make it an enjoyable event every single day. Okay, so let's jump in. Hello there and welcome back to Half-Light, where we break every possible rule, and of course, as always, I'm referring to photography rules. So many of us photographers, we only look when we are on the clock, when we have the intention, we have our gear packed, we have some sort of a plan, and we go on a location, and we are in the mode like, okay, now let's look for that great opportunity. But what if you could find those opportunities anywhere, even in the most boring places? If you like the content of this video, then please hit the subscribe and like button. That way anyone who is looking for this kind of content will find it a lot easier. Also, make sure you check out my other videos. Thank you so much for supporting my work. You see photographers that make consistently great pictures. They do not wait for those opportunities to just show up out of nowhere. They scan. They always look around and scan their environment. You know, when I introduced intentional plant photography to my workflow, something very interesting started to happen. Wherever I went, I would catch myself framing my surroundings and imagine what kind of pictures I could be taking if I had a camera on me. And that changed everything. So next, some examples of my photos where I took the opportunity. This is a pedestrian bridge. I was walking on the riverbank. I saw the opportunity and I took the shot. And this is actually shot through a window. I like the kind of vast space, and I think the composition is actually pretty good, and also considering that it was very unexpected, I think it worked out pretty well. And here I was walking on this trail. Those two people were walking there, and I think things lined up in a way I just really liked. I was driving by, I had the camera on the seat next to me. I stopped for a few seconds and I took the shot. I was walking, it was one Sunday morning, barely anyone on the street, and actually introduced this unintended camera blur, but I think it works really well. This was on the same morning I was walking by this little store with this sharp contrast in the window, and I just clicked the shutter. And this is some stairs magic with bright highlights and dark shadows, and I think the contrast and those lines work really well. Vast space, those people walking down there, I had the camera and I just took the shot. I think the scale is really grandeur, if you like. And a lot of times I would just grab my smartphone from my pocket and take a reminder picture, like a visual note, so I know this is where I want to go back, and most importantly, why do I want to go back there? And this has become my habit, and this has helped my photography skills in some completely unexpected ways. Wait, what? How is it doing that? Oh, sorry, I need to respond to this. I don't know what's going on, but I handled it. The secret is in scanning. Always scan. And when you start scanning, you will learn to notice details. You will learn to notice light before it's gone. And you will learn to notice things, sometimes even as they are about to happen, simply because you are paying attention. So my tip number one would be to have a camera on you whenever possible. Of course, it's not very practical to do that with one of those big and bulky ones and heavy ones. But if you have a compact camera, by all means have it in your pocket or in your backpack. Or you can just use your smartphone. And it's not necessarily to taking the picture that you had in mind, but to take those visual notes and reminders of that place where you want to go back, and once again, more importantly, why you want to go back. And this scanning strategy and mentality will also help you killing the myth that the great pictures happen in some exotic and special locations. Great pictures can happen anywhere where you notice the opportunity, and that is exactly the point here. My tip number 2 would be to take photo walks in boring places, in your neighborhood, in places where otherwise you would never consider taking pictures. Take a walk with or without camera and observe, scan. What kind of opportunities are there? Zoom in, look into some details, or zoom out. Make it, crooked, take some weird angle. If you have a camera on you, take some test shots. If you only have your smart camera, well, take visual notes and then revisit that location. Additionally, you can set constraint to yourself. For example, saying, I only want to shoot in a portrait orientation, or I only want to frame my pictures into square formats. And a lot of cameras even support changing those formats. So change your cropping in your camera so you see things, for example, in square. And your creativity will start kind of branching out into some very unexpected directions with very unexpected angles. So next time when you're in a boring place, you are waiting at a cashier to pay, or you're waiting for a bus, or you're just idle somewhere, instead of taking your smartphone and checking your emails or your social media, shove it in your pocket and then look around and see. Scan your environment. If I had my camera on me, what kind of awesome pictures I could be taking. And if you do have your camera on you, well, then take some pictures. But if not, then grab your smartphone, no emails, no social media, but take visual notes, few test pictures and some notes. And maybe that's going to be a sort of opportunity that you can go back and revisit it with your gear. And if that's the case, well, do it, man. And here's another tip. In general, you can do it anywhere. Close your eyes. Remember what you just saw around you and imagine the aperture. Imagine the shutter speed. Imagine the frame. Just really see that frame in front of you with your eyes closed. Many of us have been trained to look for something extraordinary, something cool around us so we can capture it and take a great picture. But many times a great photo starts with questions. What is beautiful here? Why is this place so weird? What is it that is different here? You see, simple questions. And a lot of times the answer will be right there in front of you if you have this mentality of seeing. And as an extension of this, a lot of time you just walk somewhere, you're just going somewhere, doing your business, and you stop for a moment and ask, wait, was that something catches your eye, something small, maybe in your peripheral vision. But if you pay attention, that could be that opportunity you've been waiting for. So in summary, you do not need a new gear. You do not necessarily need more time. And you just need to learn to see, even in those moments and in those places where otherwise you would routinely be busy with scrolling through your phone or doing something else which would be just distracting you. And this is all about practicing noticing. And when you practice noticing, your photography skills and the quality of your pictures will just go through the roof. You just need to give it some time. As always, I'm super grateful for your time spent with me. Thank you for watching. And now I challenge you to go out and start noticing the most boring things and take those pictures. Thank you again, and then see you next time.